Hey fam, welcome to Journey with Mrs. Shorty Rock. In this video series, we're going to discuss part 2 of preparing to ride across state lines. I've invited my brother Heavy, my husband G Wright, and my cousin Laurence, who's interested in doing his first cross-country trip. Heavy and G Wright are going to share some of their experiences of what it's like to cross state lines. So we'll look forward to seeing the questions that Laurence has for this particular video series. And of course, if you have any questions on your own, feel free to drop those comments and questions in my saddlebag. Let's go ahead and dive into this content, and I really hope you all enjoy it. All right, welcome to the journey, fam. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, y'all. So y'all know B Minor looking to do this cross country trip, and we're hoping to get some feedback from you guys from whatever perspective that you all want to impart on him to get him ready. So whatever knowledge y'all want to share with him, go for it. All right.
Well, my thing, I always say, I ain't no a long distance rider no way, but I always say be prepared. Get that service done before you leave, and map out where you're going. And that way you know where all the dealerships are, just in case you get in trouble.
That.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know.
Oh shoot! Oh no, trust me. I mean, we talked on the phone. I think a week or so ago, and I'm already looking at things, making sure that I'm going to get the service. And we talked about that. I'm going to get the service done. It should be my 5,000 mile service, so that will happen before I even go out on the road. So that's already going to happen. But you say you don't know about a lot of things, but I will say that you did share a tidbit that I did value, and it was in case I get real tired, utilize U-Haul.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a U-Haul in every single darn city. And so I can always rent a truck and put the bike on the truck and then push it and then, drive. But my intent is to ride the whole way on my bike. No U-Haul.
Right. The U-Haul is the last resort.
Yeah, it's a last resort, but I will also make sure that I'm aware of where all the Harley Davidson shops are along the route. And I will have those things identified. Trust me. And I'm also a member of the Hawk chapter, so that towing comes with that.
Right. Yeah. Make sure you got a good toolkit just in case something come loose.
Okay, toolkits definitely. I will have that. You gotta excuse me. I'm busy over here taking some vital notes, so I make sure I don't lose none of this information that you all are imparting on me, even though this is being recorded. I'm still taking notes like a school kid.
Hey,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No. So, so toolkit, I'm getting that down here. Make sure I have that. Okay, got it. All right.
I got a question for you, Laurence.
Yes.
So you said that your goal is to ride across country without, having to do U-Haul or anything like that. So do you have an idea of how many hours you're going to ride and what time of the day or morning you're going to ride?
Yes, I do actually. So my plan so far is to be able to allocate basically during the day hours from 9 to 5. Could be like from 8 to 4, but it'll be mostly like 9 to 5. And my plan is to do at least 6 hours per day with a 2-hour buffer, so I can slide in like a 30 to 40 minute break in between, like every 2 hours or so. So I'll pull over to like a rest area, walk around, so I can make sure I stay focused on the ride itself and not looking at lines too long or trees too much.
Okay.
But so actual riding is a minimum of 6 hours with about like 40-minute breaks in between to chop it up.
Okay. Well, I asked that question because, believe it or not, when you're out there on a motorcycle, and I've made a few I won't say cross-country trips, but I travel out of state, and I might do a 12-hour run, from I may ride 12 hours that day. So, but you have to be flexible with those 6 hours you got to be flexible with the time of day that you leave it too. So something you might want to take into consideration. I mean, because you got a lot of time on your hands, seem like, as far as the 6 hours. You may want to switch that up depending on what the weather looks like out there. Say if you want to leave at 8, but you got a hard rain, 100% thunderstorm, and it may not stop until 12, you might want to push that 8 to 12 before you leave the location that you're at. You know, you can ride in a hard thunderstorm, but I wouldn't advise that. So I would say be kind of flexible on the times of day that you're leaving, unless you have an end goal that you have to be across country at a certain time for a particular reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right now, my particular reason is the only time is I was trying to be able to do it by the 8th because that's when my birthday is, and I wanted to accomplish the actual ride by the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's still flexible. My birthday is not that concrete. You know, I'd rather get there safely, of course, than to worry about just getting there by July 8th.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I will definitely add that and be flexible, especially I'll be paying attention to the weather and be checking in with you all and saying, hey, this is where we're at, and seeing what the weather looks like and making sure I plan accordingly for the next day.
Mm-hmm. What time of the year you talking about leaving?
What time of the year? So this is going to happen in July. So it'll be like July 1st.
Woo.
I know, hot, right?
Well, I say that, well, it's hot in some areas. I mean, like if you trying to go across the desert in July, that might be a trip you want to take in the evenings versus in the heat of the day. Shorty Rock, we went to Vegas and we rented the Harleys down there, and we were talking about riding out to California, and we asked the people at the Eagle Rider place where we rented the bikes from, what would be the best time of day to actually go through from Vegas to California. He told us about what, 2 a.m?
Yes.
To try to avoid that heat.
Yeah.
And
It get hot. That Mojave Desert hot. I drove through here. It's hot.
Them Harleys can't handle that heat like that. Them jokers will break down on you in the desert. And you do not want to be broke down in the desert at daytime.
That's a true
That's
statement.
true. I forgot about that.
I did too.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was out there in the truck, and you could see the heat waves coming off the highway.
No,
You got air conditioning.
No, that's a valid point. And I have driven through there because I did make a run from Texas actually to Washington, and I drove through Arizona, and I drove through. I swung by Vegas and up through California. So you're right, and I didn't even take it because I had the air conditioning then, and in the SUV. But yeah, that's a good point. So when I get to that point, if it gets really bad, then I might just have to adjust and leave much earlier, and then push through. Yeah. Which I'd rather do at safety. But trust me, you all might be getting some text messages and maybe even some ways sharing my ride with you all. So if I get stuck somewhere, you all know where I am.
Right.
Especially if I'm really traveling at night.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a valid point, though. I really didn't even take that into consideration.
Yeah, they gave us another tip also. No matter what time you travel through there, before you get to the desert area, you should have yourself some water jugs or water bottles that are frozen and put in your saddlebags. Because, you know, it's far few gas stops and, as they call it, watering holes in between to get something to drink out there. And it's frozen, so at least it'll be cool when you're coming through, you know, because it's going to melt.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. I was just thinking about making sure I have water, but you're right. Frozen would be good, especially in that type of heat that's going to be out there. Bag. Yeah, that's a good point.
Hey,
Yo.
Tell him he don't want to be like
Gemini.
Gemini, there you go.
Yeah. Gemini. Don't want to be like that.
You're gonna have to share with me what we're talking about right now. I don't what happened with Gemini? I'm assuming that's a person.
Yeah, right. When he hit that Texas heat, he took all this gear off in that sun. And he was he basically went in a heat stroke. So he was riding and he was gonna pass out. He didn't know where he was.
Okay. No, I'm not trying to do that.
He ended up making a stop at a gas station we were coming up to, and it was some kind enough ladies that took him in and put them inside their van and put a bunch of ice on him and, you know, air conditioning, because he was rough out there, you know, because he think, hey, I'm in the desert, Texas heat. The wind will blow on me. I'm gonna be fine. He didn't have on no sleeves, no helmet, nothing but sunglasses and open sky. He didn't even know he was having a heat stroke.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it took us a minute to get him cooled down with the air conditioning, then set him in the shade, then put him in the air conditioning. So yeah.
That's a valid point. What's going through my head right now is, the military part comes out of me, and I'm thinking about, I know different types of ways to identify, heat exhaustion, heat stroke, all of the type of heat casualties, period. But I need to be able to figure out, because I'm doing this on my own, I need to be able to figure out how to be able to, identify it, one, personally myself, and maybe I need to be able to incorporate something to be able to, like, making phone calls and talking to people and making sure that I'm in the right frame of mind when I'm out there riding. Something to that effect, because I'm out there by myself. I can't say that you all was with Gemini, evidently.
Right.
And you all happened to run up on some ladies that was nice enough to put them in a van. I'm not exactly gonna be that lucky or fortunate with that. But I need to make sure I put something to be able to mitigate it at least. Because I am moving around in July, and that's definitely a possibility that could happen.
Yeah, because it's pretty much gonna be hot everywhere in July.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. Before you get out to the desert, depending on the routes you take, you could get some heat coming through Iowa. Ooh, hot, flat, sun, no shade.
All that Kansas, all of that.
Okay.
Yep. Are you taking the southern route?
Yes, my plan is to take the southern route as I'm going through the United States.
Yeah, so it's gonna be hot all down through there.
So maybe increase the amount of stops in there.
That wouldn't be a bad idea, but they also have some things that you could use to help keep you cool across the ride. I know Shorty Rock used to use these things called frogs or something. What do you call it, SR?
Yeah, the frog togs. It's like those cooling towels that you can use.
Okay.
So, yeah. So when you get to the stops, you can use that, get some water on it. It has a cooling effect to the material, and just put it on your neck and all of that and kind of cool your body down. And it kind of revitalizes you as well. It's kind of like washing your face in the morning. You'd be ready to go once you do that. Kind of same concept.
Okay. Okay.
And you could ride with these on while you're riding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can have one around your neck, on top of your head, under your helmet, which will keep you cool while you ride. So it'll kind of help keep your internal temperature cool while you're riding, because that wind is, you prior military. That wind coming on you at them speeds feels like a hairdryer sometimes.
Yep.
True. Okay. So I'm gonna have to look at some things to be able some cooling items. So all right. Yeah, that's really a valid point. I'm sitting here concentrating on breaking down and things and then being able to avoid traffic out there. But I didn't really consider all of the heat casualty type concerns. Right. It's definitely a good point, especially since I'm gonna be riding out there by myself. Oh yeah.
Make sure you got a good rain suit too.
Oh yeah. I haven't gone and purchased all my items yet, but yeah, the rain suit is definitely on the top of the list already. But that doesn't scare me as much as the heat does right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the heat gonna be serious.
Yeah.
But in that same, you have to remember also that desert can get cold in the night too.
Yeah.
So in the same respect where it can be extremely hot, it can be extremely chilly as well. Especially if you're like riding in 90-degree temperature for the most part, even 60 could feel like it's freezing.
That is true.
So have some layers.
So pack layers. That's true. Especially we're talking about leaving at like 2 o'clock in the morning right now, just to be able to avoid some of that heat and allow me to get to the next state over. Yeah, so pack layers. Okay. For different. Okay, got it. Environments. Got it. Wow. Yeah, man. See, you all give me a whole different perspective. Like I got some gems yesterday from Uncle Frank, but you all are dropping some additional gems, some things I didn't even consider.
Yeah.
This is definitely serious and definitely important. So I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah, as
God.
long as you prepare for it, it can be done. I mean, people go across country all the time, but you got to make sure you're mentally and physically prepared. You know what I'm saying? Because Heavy, you've been a truck driver. I mean, you said you
Right.
ain't cross country, but you have in some ways. That
Yeah.
road man can definitely hypnotize you when you're out there by yourself.
Oh yeah, it put you in the zone. You'll be like you're in a tunnel sometime. So you gotta kind of refocus. Have something, even if you could have some music or something playing or something, But yeah, it'll zone you out after you drive so long, especially out west because it's so flat, nothing really to look at. You get zoned out, so you got to refocus or stop and walk around like you said you're gonna do, because it does put you in a trance sometimes, especially when you get tired too. You really get in a trance.
Yep. And sometimes you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
No,
Yeah.
that part I can agree with. I've driven across country before, and yeah, I'm with you. You can definitely just be focusing on looking at lines so long it just starts looking like a tunnel, and you're going. You think you see everything, but really your mind is someplace else.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I'm still motivated. I'm still looking forward to doing this. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it can be done.
It can be done, but I want to make sure I'm doing it the smartest way possible.
All right.
And actually sitting down here writing this stuff out is making sure that I'm a little bit more prepared and well-rounded for this journey, or this pilgrimage, I should say, that I'm getting ready to take. So hearing the different aspect different perspectives of other people's journeys is actually helping me be able to formulate a great plan. So again, thank you all for this. I do greatly appreciate it.
For sure.
That's it. But what are some of the things that you've done while you was out there trying? I understood listening to music and stuff. That makes sense. Getting out and walking around, that does help to recalibrate the mind. Shoot, even throwing some water on my face if I ain't doing that. Because I definitely don't just live on caffeine.
Yeah.
Right.
Gills at least.
Yeah. Something I like to do when I'm out there on the road, because we travel a lot in the bike club, and different people that lead the club on the ride do things differently. Some people will pick a lane and they'll stay in that lane. To me, after so many miles, that just gets kind of mundane to me to a degree. So I like to switch lanes from time to time to make me more alert, speed up, pass a few cars, break out a little bit, slow down a little bit. You got to kind of make a lot of adjustments like that versus staying in that one lane that you in because you're just going straight or you going trying to avoid traffic and stuff like that. I like to keep it moving, just bounce around a little bit, so it kind of breaks up that monotony and gets you on your equilibrium as far as moving from lane to lane and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we seen what Jake Twice eat sunflower seeds up and down the highway going to Texas.
Right.
I don't know how he did it, but he did.
Yeah.
That's all to help out on the road.
Yeah, like salt and peppermints and things of that nature.
Yeah.
That's some old school habits that I've heard of while driving and stuff. And it's interesting. A lot of stuff does cross over between driving and riding, evidently. Because I have like sunflower seeds while you were driving and peppermints. But okay. So make sure I have some munchies.
Yeah, because even like those sunflower seeds, he was able to put them in some type of little holder on his handlebar and reach in there and get them as he was riding. And we were like, what the hell are you doing? This dude eating sunflower seeds. And he was getting it.
Just throwing them back. I'm like, what is he doing?
You need the fact throwing sunflower seeds at y'all.
So that's how you all stayed away. You all busy dodging sunflower seeds, huh?
Exactly. We didn't know if he was trying to change lanes or if he was eating. We were like, what is he doing?
Wow.
Yeah, he was looking out for the entire pack. Hey, keeping y'all awake. Hey, make sure you pay attention to Dodge.
Yeah.
Okay, but no, that's a good point though. Okay, so you gotta have some munchies on it with me and be able to access it safely as well.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I can get like a little bag or something like that that I can put in the front. You know, that I can just kind of keep it like in front of me so I can keep my eyes on the prize.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And these things you can test out well before you get ready to leave. But you're talking about July, so you got a good 3-4 months still before that happens. You know, you can ride down to my house with sunflower seeds. If you can eat coming through traffic, you can eat them anywhere.
Right.
True
For sure.
Well, but on that with what you were just talking about right now, I was literally talking to Heavy earlier about doing some practice runs at different locations to different places. And like one of my validating locations was going to be to make a run out to Michigan. One, because my sister lives out there. That's the in-state part. Let's go ride over to her house, which would give me about a good 8.5, maybe 9 hours to get there. But also prior to that, like there's Heavy that lives right over there as well. You know, he's not in Michigan, I'm sorry. But you know, he's in Cleveland. So I think there's about 3-hour difference in there, just right there. So if something happens, there's people that I can call on as I'm making that validation. But my plan is to do like runs to like Virginia, Charlottesville, Virginia, just to be able to start increasing my seat time, basically. And then just using the Michigan run to be able to validate myself, because that'll be a straight ride for like, let's say 9 hours. You know, so I can figure out how me getting out and chopping it up, basically taking breaks in between that ride, but being able to make it to Michigan as an end state, and then calling it quits from there, and then maybe take a weekend off and then come back, of course. And that'll validate me being able to do a 6 to 8 hour ride at least to be able to do it for come July in LA. But it will happen in the end of May. That way I don't get caught in no snow or hailstorms that, you know, Cleveland and Michigan seem to be having. And then it'll be just getting warm enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then
May, end of May, early June might be good, because like Mother's Day weekend, you know, it's a roll of the dice coming this way. So yeah, that'll be probably the best time.
Yeah, but I want to give myself at least a month to take a break in there before I do a do this pilgrimage in July. So I think if I have a month break in there right there, that should give me enough time to reset, recalibrate, and be motivated and be amped up to just go do it.
Yeah. Yep. Get all your stuff together, whatever you need to make adjustments for.
That's the plan.
That's true.
Yep. That's a true statement there.
Yeah.
You definitely want to build yourself up. I mean, you running marathons in the Army and Navy and stuff like that, you know that you just can't go out there cold. You got to build up to it. And you know, being on a motorcycle is no different, because your hands cramp up, your legs cramp up, you know, things of that kind of nature. Your butt is going to hurt. They got something out there called monkey butt. I don't know what it is. I ain't use it.
Right.
Worry about
it. Right. I heard about it. I ain't never had it, but I heard it.
Never had it either. But with that part of it though, like I said, yeah, we've already hit our minutes already. I was going to ask you all about the seats and stuff. I think we talked about it earlier actually, but I need to probably look at getting a much better seat. Y'all have any recommendations?
I don't know. I think you got to try it on for yourself. But I honestly, I think riding across country, you probably gonna need a backrest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the backrest might be the most important thing. But as far as your bottom go, like I got a Corbin on my bike, you know, I don't get tired riding. No time. You know, when I'm riding around here, hour, 2 hours, and my butt not tired at all.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. And see, I ride with my
Yeah.
stock seat. I've not had any problem with the stock seat, but in my other bike, I had memory foam in mine, which kind of helped me out a little bit. But it's gonna hurt regardless. You just, you know, you gotta lean with it.
Yeah, it's time in the saddle.
Yeah.
That time in the saddle gonna hurt anyway.
Right. Because I got jail seat and gel cushions gel cushions underneath my seat, and they help a lot, but over a period of time they don't. My suggestion for you, as far as going out and buying another seat, they have different type of seat pads and seat covers that you can put on top of your seat temporarily. Since this is your first trip, you don't want to spend a lot of money on the seat that might not work. I would suggest getting something like that and try it out. If it don't work, throw a second one on top of it. If it don't work, get rid of it, get something different. But they make different type of things you can put on top of your seat. Maybe cycle gear, carry that stuff. You can probably Google it online and things of that nature and stuff, where it just strap down there and sit on the seat versus you spending a lot of extra money for something that's not going to work, because they all right. Going across country, your butt going to hurt. After about 3-4 days, sitting back in that same position for 6 hours, it's going to hurt. Just depending on how much it's going to hurt. That's the question.
Right. Yep.
Okay. That's money right there. That's a good point. But I will make an investment on the backrest though.
Oh yeah, that's
I can wrote that down because that makes sense. So I can sit while I'm busy, leaning back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make a suggestion. Some things you want to spend a little extra money on. That backrest, I would spend a little extra money and get the one that's adjustable versus the one that's stationary, because you can move it around from time to time. I've seen SR ride with hers that she moves, and I've seen people that have them that don't move, and they be complaining,
Right.
like, man, hey, them few little inches does make a difference when you out there on the road for hours at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one I had on that Road King was adjustable, and that thing you just move around like you're in a car. If you want to sit up, you can sit up. If you want to lay back a little bit, you can lay back. It was a lot more comfortable. Like you're sitting at the house in the lazy boy.
Okay.
That's one thing about that Indian. It has a built-in backrest in the seat. And SR tell you, when we picked that thing up, that afternoon about 1 o'clock and jumped on the road about 1:30, dude, I didn't want to get off that bike till about 2 o'clock in the morning. And really, I didn't. On that Harley, oh no, I'd have been jumping off that boy because I ain't had no backrest.
Right. Yeah, your back get tired, especially that wind. You don't think that wind pushing you that much. That wind push you a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
It does. And invest in some sort of pain reliever, whether that's Tylenol, Motrin, whatever. I got to the point now where I bring a heating pad, because if I know I've been riding 10, 12 hours, I get a muscle pain, I just throw that heating pad on me when I'm asleep. I'm good by the time I wake up. Or even if it's just an ointment, whatever you think you might need, bring it, because it'll be hard to find. Because, Hev drove across country in them trucks, so the truck stops is like going to a grocery store almost. They got everything.
Right. Yeah, they got everything in them.
So if you absolutely need something,
even showers. You can even take a shower in the truck stop if you want. To revitalize yourself.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of bikers don't know that, Hev. So that's good stuff.
Really?
Right there. No, a lot of bikers don't know that.
Yeah, they got showers in the truck stop. You go to the desk, say you want a shower. They'll give you a number. I think the shower might be like $5 or something. And they give you a number. You just wait on your time. You go in there and take a shower. You give you a room to yourself. And then you could, you go in there with your gear or whatever and shower up, change clothes if you want, and come on back out.
That's a very good point. Okay.
Yeah. I used to be in was the TAs. I used to go to the TAs all the time. Truck stops. But all of them got them in them. TAs, pilots, Flying J's, they all got them.
Yeah, I've seen them before. I know what you're referring to.
Right.
Those are the best places to stop on a motorcycle versus the mom and pop type gas stations, because you get better amenities there when it comes to the restrooms, better quality of food and stuff like that, and it's well lit. You ain't worried about pulling in somewhere and you can't get out, or only got 1 or 2 pumps and you can't get no gas. They got cover for if it's rain and hailstorm and what's that we ran into that big storm coming back from Texas, so we had to stop with you guys. You know.
Oh, the fog.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah.
You be all right, brother.
Right.
So
That's just a worst case scenario.
Right. You got to
That
prepare.
fog ain't no joke though.
no, Rachel, no, I excuse me, personally, yes, no, I'm all right. It's just when taking in all this information all at once, it's like, wow, there's just a lot of stuff I gotta be, paying attention to. It's just a lot. Like it's not like, oh, hey, we're gonna jump in the car and go ride down here. You don't really think of, oh, I gotta make sure I have some gas money, make sure I have pay for get a hotel, make sure I stay. Throw the GPS on, turn on the GPS and just go. When you wake up, go. This is kind of like, wow, I need to really think this through.
Yeah.
So this is a lot more preparation than what I probably would have done if I was just doing a quick road trip in my car.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's the same, but it's different. You out there on them two wheels, the car you could kind of relax and flop back, but you got to be prepared on that motorcycle.
Yeah. And that's the key part of it right there, which is what you're talking about right there. Is just, though we've all done it on a car and it makes sense and it's comfortable and we don't really think it through that. But when you're doing it on two wheels, that second you get into that zone, you might snap out of it in the car, but on the two wheels, I might not snap out of it. And simple things like a little bike, a backrest, as far as being able to just, be lean back and worry about my back. And heating pads and some Motrin at night so I can make sure that I'm, well rested. So when I get up in the morning, I'm not feeling those ailments from the day before. It's just all those small little tidbits that, I don't think about too much when I'm in a car. I just turn the lumbar on and arch my back a little bit and I'm good.
Right.
Those amenities in the cage just change everything for you that you don't have when you're out there on the open road on two wheels. So it's like, wow, this is all the things I just never thought about. It seems like my packing list is just getting bigger. And I'm trying to keep it minimized.
You are going to have another pack besides your 2 saddlebags, though, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and purchase me some luggage so I can just kind of like strap that down to the back of it so I can just pick that up and then walk into whatever hotel room or wherever I'm going, even if it's a Flying J, for instance.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I will have that strapped down, but I'm still trying to keep it down to, I'm not trying to have like the whole kitchen sink with me when I leave from DC. That's just, that can't happen.
Nah.
But it's still some great tidbits. Say again?
Yeah, you definitely want to pack as light as you can, but have them, try to be prepared for any kind of emergency that you might run into. So yeah, definitely that.
Yes. But these are definitely some gems to be able to have. And so again, I have to greatly appreciate all this information that you all sharing with me. It's like I keep looking down at it. It's like, man, I got a lot of work to do. And though you say July is far enough, is a way out, it doesn't seem like it's far enough right now, because every time I talk with somebody, there's like, oh, you might need to think about this. And it's like, ooh, yeah, like about weather, and the times of the days, I'm thinking 9 to 5, but hey, there might be some days I need to get up at like 2 o'clock. So which means I need to be down earlier to get up at 2 to be able to avoid that heat wave that I might be hitting as I'm driving through the West Coast or even some of the other southern states, Texas, for instance.
Yeah.
Right.
Going through Dallas in traffic time, dude. That's almost 3 hours. 3 hours of the 6 right there going through Dallas in rush hour traffic. Dallas Fort Worth.
Yeah. So there's just a lot of things to consider, and I might have to adjust my 9 to 5, which is what you asked me about earlier. I might need to adjust that, and then so my body is already set in that time period. But I was trying to move during the day, and that was my thing, was move during the day, and I thought that was smart. But not considering heat, that might not be as smart as I thought. So
it's just an adjustment period. All of it is smart. You got tools in the tool bag. It's like having a huge Craftsman toolbox. You might need that screwdriver, you might need the flathead, you might need the drillers in it, but you ain't gonna need it all at the same time. But if you got it, you can use it.
Right.
Good point. That's definitely a good point. Wow.
Yeah, because we learned by fire. I learned from being out there when I'm in pain. Dang it, I wish I would have had this or that. So you'll take all this information and apply it when you can. And if you need help, we're here for you. Pick up the phone, because I'll call in a minute and ask a question to the person I think that can answer the question for me.
Yep. Don't be afraid to call nobody.
No, you ain't got to worry about that. If anything, you might have to tell me to calm down, relax. You don't have to call every time.
It'll be all right. Just roll on.
Hey.
I might be like, hey, just don't tell nobody. But why?
Hey,
that'll be between us. That's a confidentiality. That'd be a confidentiality. That'd be between us.
Oh yeah. Remind me to send you out those what are the ADAs? Those
non-disclosure forms.
Yeah, send out those forms so you all can sign up on them. Like, look, I'm joking. Right. No, but I'm joking. But I do appreciate the fact that you all extending out your hands to make sure that I am straight and prepared for this trip. And again, it's that you all are sharing with me a lot of gems that I can actually really be able to utilize, because I haven't thought through a lot of these things, and it's good to be able to think through it now. Then I have to figure it out while I'm out there. Mm-hmm. So this is definitely money for me.
All right.
I might need to give me a vault to be able to put all this money in that you all are giving me. In gems.
All right.
It's all good. Okay. Is there anything else that you all have that you all think that it might be good for me? So I can take advantage of the fact that I got all of y'all like right here, right now in front of me?
I don't know. I think we covered a lot.
Well, yeah, we did. We covered a lot. Yeah, and of course, if you have any other questions, we can always do this again and tighten it up for you. Because sometimes, like you said, it's a lot of information to absorb. But once you kind of ingest it all, let it marinate, then you're like, I should have asked about this or that. We're here for you for that too. So it's all good.
Right.
I greatly appreciate it. And one of the things I do know is a plus, and was talking when I was talking with actually Miss Shorty Rock, Mrs. Shorty Rock, and that was having the meetings at the end of the each riding day.
Yeah.
So I can be able to discuss some of that stuff with you all then, even as I'm going through it, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that I'm not gonna really think about until I'm actually out there riding, and then it's like, oh, okay. Hey, this was something that hit me with, and I was like, man, it started storming down on me, and I had to pull over, and I had to go, grab the rain gear out and put it on the rain gear so I could be able to push through to get to a Flying J, to get to some shelter because it got bad out there, But I do know one of the things that I am going to be incorporating is talking this stuff through with you all as I'm hitting each evening as I get to a hotel, and being able to talk it through to make sure I'm better prepared for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, so, that's important. That's exactly what I did when I did it too. I called everybody. Right. I called my husband, my brother.
Didn't y'all use some kind of app to track y'all when y'all was went across country?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So I use two. I use Glimpse, and then I also use Life 360. And Life 360, I share with my husband. That way he knows exactly where I am all the time. So as long as my location is on the phone, he can see exactly where my path is, Glimpse has a time limit on it. So you can do it to your destination and all of that kind of stuff. And it works out very well. You can share it with specific people. You can do that same thing with Life 360 as well. But it definitely helps because sometimes, like if you lose signal and things like that, at least somebody knows where the last place you could have been to kind of give you a better location for finding you or whatever the help is needed. But yeah, and then I always do the debriefs and the check-ins. And sometimes, like with Life 360, I had a capability where I could just hit a button and it'll say where I am. So even if I'm not talking on a quick gas stop, I can hit the button, bloop, and he know, oh, all right, she in Arkansas. All right, okay, she in Texas, you know what I mean? And whenever he got a chance, he could just look at the phone. And then we're done.
Okay.
And those are free apps too. It don't cost you no money to get those kind of apps, anything like that. So, don't worry about spending no extra cash on that. Mm-hmm. Nice to know.
Okay, that's good. Life 360 and Glimpse. So I definitely will be sharing my location and making sure that people are tracking where. So if something happens, hey, this is where I was. Oh, So many, but that is a good point though. Thanks for remembering that, Haley. I remember having a conversation with you actually, so thanks. That's a good point.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Hey, you did it. You're the one that took the ride.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, it's not as hard as some people say. Every experience is a different experience. Like I rode back and forth to Cleveland several times, and I can tell you, those experiences sometimes has been blissful, no issues. And we come out of there some other days, and it's hail, rain, snow. You just never know. Every experience is a little different. So some people will be like, "Oh my God, it was terrible. It was tiresome. It was this, that." It's all in perspective, That's all. It is what it is.
Bikes losing parts, stuff like that. Carry bungee cords. Always have bungee cords. You never know when you get a boat that backs out and your flowboard gonna fall off.
Right.
That bungee cord and wrap that hook around that and a piece of that frame and whatnot for it. And you can keep on moving versus being stuck on the side of the road because your flowboard dragging and the screw is gone. So we was going somewhere and a couple of guys lost their foot pegs. Like, what the hell did that hit me? Damn foot peg fly off, These bikes do vibrate.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I lost my heel shifter on the highway.
I'm sorry?
I lost my heel shifter on the highway. I didn't know it was gone until I went to shift. So it could happen.
Okay, I got it. I'll make sure. I will definitely be doing some PMCSs before I even get on the road. Checking and make sure everything is tightened down and good to go before I even start my next day's journey.
Oh yeah, definitely do that. Yeah, always look at your equipment, but you know that because you guys do that in the Army all the time. But for you on that trip for the day, look at your equipment. Yeah. People back into your bikes, don't see the bike, something like that. You'd be surprised. Like, what the hell?
That's true.
That back into it and take off. You never know they hit it.
That's a good point. That could definitely happen. So that'll also be incorporated into me being flexible on my driving times because I might have to stay somewhere a little bit longer and take it to a Harley dealership to be able to have them look at it like say someone was actually hit my bike because I might be inoperable for a while. So those are all things that I need to consider though. So yeah, that's a good point. Ooh. The list just keeps getting longer. I'm about to have to flip over another sheet here.
We'll add some more stuff to it before that time frame comes. Don't worry.
No, hey, I'm all for not recreating a wheel. You all have already seen it, done it, and I'm pretty sure you're probably wearing a t-shirt right now. But I'd rather be able to learn from you all. I'd rather be able to learn from you all and not have to, recreate it. I don't need to relive an incident. If I can be able to figure out that this could possibly happen, I can mitigate it by doing this. I can already just tell you, like, yeah, y'all told me about it, but I didn't have to use that. But I had it though. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Good.
For sure.
So that's why again, I can't thank you all so much for being able to share all of these little nuggets with me.
Hey, that's what we're here for, cuz. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, and I appreciate the fact that Ms. Shorter took the time out to put together this platform for us to be able for me to get all this information, especially during a pandemic right now, and we're all in different locations, so this works out perfectly. I can still get all the information, and then on top of that, we're recording it too, so that way we can always go back and play it back. Like, what did I miss again?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're at the 216.
Right.
For sure.
That's right.
Always.
See that? No, but this is definitely a win-win for me though. So I have to appreciate this.
Hey,
I'm only 2
we're
days.
just proud that you're doing it,
Oh yeah.
Right.
Because we all got some different experiences. I'm telling you, them two down there, they as modest as they want to be, but they hell on the track. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I done lived vicariously through them and watching them what they do all these years, drag tracking and learning how to do that clutch and all of that stuff. All that stuff makes a huge difference. There's people that get out there on that highway, they stay in one gear, they don't even downshift ever. And I'm like, okay, you're gonna find out the hard way by being out here on these roads and not even thinking about downshifting. Now I've seen people blow into lanes because they want to stay in 6th gear and just stay there. And I'm like, yeah, but that ain't the smart way to go about it. You know, you can't maintain that stability. Learn how to
stay in the
downshift.
power range.
Mm-hmm.
Downshift will get you in a different power range, so you could pull through like wind and all that, and go around people, things like that.
Well, yeah.
AG?
I think y'all two actually did share that with me as far as being able to downshift one gear to push through the wind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
sometimes you got to lean into that wind too. If it's coming across, you got to lean towards it.
That's right.
Valid point. Valid point, especially on those flat grounds. I'm pretty sure that wind is just going to be coming straight through. There won't be no trees to insulate me.
Yep, that wind come across sideways, you got to lean with it. You can't let it blow you off the road.
That's a fact.
Yeah, so if it's coming, if it's blowing, I'm just going to use like left to right now, just to keep it simple. But if it's blowing from like left to right, then I want to make sure I lean towards the left to be able to.
The counterbalance it. Yeah, you got to lean into
what I'm looking for, counterbalance it. So lean to the left as it's coming from the left, and if it's coming from the right, lean to the right, and then I should keep me up straight.
Right.
And you want to be in the power band of your motorcycle where you downshifted a gear or two to get that gyroscope tight on that bike versus you flopping around in the wind. You know, it's easier if you come out of that 6th gear or maybe come out of 5th, depending on how hard that wind blows. Because there's some winds coming through the deserts, Santa Ana winds and Bakersfield, man. I've seen a lot of stuff out there with them winds. I mean, you fighting like you leaning like this to stay straight, and then the wind stop, you gotta I'm back up.
Yeah, you gotta stand there, boy. Yeah, you gotta be aware.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, and G, you was talking about those the heat out there on the highway. You want to talk about your boy who was getting the shade with the FedEx double trailer trucks?
Oh, you talk about Jay Twice?
Yeah.
This dude, man. So we traveling cross country and we in the southern part heading out to Texas. And the last thing you want to sit next to is a tractor trailer. Because if you ever seen a tractor trailer tire blow, I've seen it take a car and shift it like this, sit next to it. I mean, a car like this, shifted, you're in a rocket. This dude got a pack of people behind him, including Miss SR, and he gets behind, he gets on the side of the drivers and stay there, of the trucks. So we finally get to a rest stop. I'm like, hey, what's this dude doing? He's sitting beside the trucks to give them shade going down the highway. One of the most dangerous things to do is sit next to a tractor trailer for shade.
And I'm petrified because I like to be past a truck in 10 seconds. And I'm like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. And this dude won't get out the way. He's trying to give me shade. I'm like, speed up. You can't get no better air than that.
No, I'm not messing around with any of that type of stuff. But I do know
semi tires will kill you.
Yeah,
Oh, I can believe it. I can tell you right now, more recently, like in Texas, but there was black ice that was involved in that huge accident they had on 35 in Dallas, Texas, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was this week actually that it happened. And I just saw that huge tractor trailer it couldn't stop because it hit that ice patch and it just plowed through everybody. So that's one of the reasons why I do not play when it comes to around trucks. I'll let them pass me. I don't even care if you're going to. I will pull over, not pull over to the side, but I will change the lane and let them go past it. They can have it, and I'll just go ahead and cruise. If they're going too slow, I will jet past them and then keep on going. I do not play with any kind of vehicles, but trackers definitely no.
Yep. Them things fully loaded is 80,000 pounds. So 80,000 pounds, you can't stop easy.
No, but that is definitely a valid point, though. So no, I won't be looking for no shade, by the way.
All right. Just keep that wind. Let that wind cool you. Forget that shade. Get the shade when you stop.
That's a true statement. But I'll be wearing long sleeves and making sure that I keep my body protected from the sun so it doesn't hit me too bad. And as I'm making all those constant breaks, trust me, I will be drinking water. So I might have to stop anyway.
Yep. Water, Gatorade, all those sport power drinks, some of that stuff, get the electrolytes back in your body, that type of thing. And SR used to use certain type of shirts, like cooling shirts. That's always a good investment too, that, you know, they have a certain type of, they're made from a certain type of material that will help your body maintain moisture. Then they have a certain type of material that will whip the water away from you during certain times, you know, if you have that nighttime or heat, you know, or cold time, stuff like that. So I would get with SR and she would be able to tell you more about the type of shirts that she's experienced with that will help you stay cool or help you stay warm, because sometimes cotton just don't do it.
Right.
Yep. Good point. I mean, I got some Under Armour stuff. That's about it, because I'm always running, of course. But yeah, I definitely need to add that to the list here. Definitely some cooling shirts. Cooling shirts, man.
And Under Armour will work. Products like that will work because, you know, Under Armour's got that winter weight kind of a material, and then they also have that sweat wicking type of fabric too. It'll work.
Yeah, no, I do have that stuff, and actually, that's still some stuff that, of course, I got from deployments and stuff as far as, you know, keeping me warm, like the silks, and I got the waffle shirts, and I got a lot of stuff. But I'm still going to look into it to see what it is, what's going to be beneficial for me for riding purposes. I can say, when it gets cold outside, I'll just go throw on like one of my military silk shirts, you know, to insulate, you know, me and to keep me warm while I'm out there riding 40-something degree weather. But that might not be very beneficial to me, or I should say comfort-wise, when I'm busy trying to do a distance. So I just need to be able to see exactly what types of shirts and type of clothing is beneficial that they have out there on the market. And if I already own it, then I'm gonna be like, oh no, never mind. I'm going to save my money because, you know, retirement doesn't pay me that much. I'm living on a budget over here.
you probably already own it.
All right. If you're running and stuff, that's pretty much the same stuff.
Yep.
The water wicking and the insulation stuff for the cold weather.
Yeah. So if that works, trust me, believe me, once I get everything finalized and packed up, y'all get a text message or an email or something like that. Hey, this is the packing list. What say you?
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Look at it.
Because I saw a YouTube video from Mrs. Shorty Rock already. And trust me, don't think I wasn't busy like, oh, okay, she said. But you all get a list like, hey, you see anything? But seriously, you see anything that needs to be added to it, or something that I forgot, you know, or no, that's just too much. You don't need 5 pairs of underwear. You need to go ahead and shorten that down to 3.
Right.
You know, just things like that. So trust me, y'all see it, text message or email from me.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Not a problem. Okay.
All right, well, this was a good conversation. I tell you, you know, because of all of these years of experiences that we have, we can go on for hours on this alone, you know, because this is something that we knowledgeable in. We don't mind imparting it on people, and you just a sponge absorbing it, you know. And of course, we're always here for you. I think we'll have another meeting, is what I'd like to do right before you get ready to leave, where we bring all the speakers together. You know, bring Uncle Frank and the other guests that we have going on, and come all together, and then get ready to send you off on your journey or your pilgrimage.
That's exactly what this is, a pilgrimage, and I greatly appreciate it. Like this has just been invaluable to me. So I do thank you all. You know, I know we don't talk enough, but the fact that you all are imparting all this knowledge on me at this one time, and it's invaluable, and I'm definitely taking it seriously. You know, so thank you. I really appreciate it.
No sweat.
No problemo.
All right. Well, if that's all y'all have for me, then I will make sure I will try to give you all back the rest of Saturday.
Now we got to go do some work, like some cleaning.
Right. I got to go change some wheelbarrows. Got to go to the parts store. Come on, man. Let's make this a little longer.
Time to work now.
I never have a problem with being able to. I still have some room left in the sponge. You know, I'll always take in some more information and some more tips. I'm not trying to get you off the computer because I'll just be writing stuff down. Like, oh, okay, oh. I'm telling you, I got a whole tablet full of stuff. I can flip the piece of paper and add more. It's not an issue. You know, I'm not complaining. No, I do appreciate it though. It has definitely been invaluable. You know, see,
It's all good.
all these smiles right here.
Hey, you'll be on the road and we'll be living vicariously through you. Like, look at them go.
All right. There you go.
Right.
Oh shoot, trust me. I'll be sending you some recordings. Y'all be seeing everything through it. You don't have to just live on. I will be sending you the visuals because I will be recording all that type of stuff and be like, hey, look, take a look. I just got to figure out how I'm going to be able to, vlog. Is it vlog? Vlog they call it?
Vlogging, yes.
Vlogging, yeah. I don't talk to myself too well, but I'm gonna try to learn it.
Hey, you say that now, you get them 3,000 miles under your belt. You gonna talk to yourself, answer yourself, trust yourself.
Yeah. Right.
And pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
All that's gonna come in time.
It sure will. You right about that, G, right?
Right.
You can be your best cheerleader out there on the road talking to yourself, as Heb said. Yeah, that's all confidential. Ain't nobody gonna talk about that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Even if you don't want to talk, you're gonna be talking. It don't make a difference.
Right.
Well, then I would say that's the whole point of this whole pilgrimage is for me to be able to get to know myself and understanding where I've been and where I'm going. So if I can learn how to be able to think that stuff through while I'm busy writing, and it keeps me focused and calibrated while I'm writing and not get that tunnel vision, that's good, because then that means I'll have some really good content for when I start vlogging once I get to my destination for that day. And I'll be able to just download all of it onto there. And then you all have some quality, it will be some quality content to be able to share with the world as far as what my journey was as I was doing my pilgrimage, my journey of adventures.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah. And you'll be inspiring the masses. Trust me when I tell you. Because my sons are chomping at the bit, waiting on their opportunity to do just exactly what we have all done.
Yeah. And I've listened to you all talk about some of your adventures and your journeys. And that's the reason, that's one of the reasons why I think I want to be able to do this, because I think it will help me understand myself a little bit more. So, yeah. And that's probably one of the reasons why I'm doing it by myself. It's just something that I want to be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is definitely a sense of accomplishment, because I can tell you, I questioned myself for many years, and then when I took my first long distance trip going to Texas, G. Wright and Phil was the ones who helped coach me through that ride, to get me to where I needed to be, and there was moments like when they was talking about the fog, where they was like, get off the road. Right. We can barely see your tail lights. Stop playing. Get off this road. I was like, yeah, you're right. Because I had something to prove to me. But it didn't make a difference. It didn't make sense for me to be out here risking my life to do it. That was just dumb. And they checked me, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Let me get on off this highway. But then being able to take that experience and that understanding and then go across that country, it kind of felt like, when people tell you it's almost unachievable, you actually find confidence, because everything that you can do in the city, you can do across the road. If you don't have any skills riding in the city, you definitely ain't gonna have no skills riding across the state lines.
Yeah.
So everything that I learned, I was able to apply going across that road. And I was like, you know what, girl, you ain't bad. You ain't bad. You okay out here. Trust yourself. You got it.
Yeah. All that make a difference.
That feels good.
Yes, sir. All right. Now, on that note, I got some laundry to do. Because it ain't going to do itself.
That's understandable. That's true.
Hey, I love y'all to pieces, man. Thank y'all for taking the time out on your Saturdays to do this and everything. I know it's going to be invaluable to not only be mine, but everybody else is going to watch this. Y'all present a legacy. My family is brilliant. It's full of brilliant people who have accomplished a lot of things, and I'm proud of each and every last one of them. For it not been for y'all, I would not be. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day.
Y'all too.
Deuces.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thank you all. Y'all take care. Love y'all much.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Love you too, man.
All right.
Love fam.